The security camera footage showed everything. Marcus Reynolds, CEO of Horizon Technologies, sneaking into the company warehouse at 2 a.m., carrying boxes of company equipment to his car. I watched the video for the 5th time, my finger hovering over the send button that would deliver this evidence to the board of directors. One click and I'd bring down the man who'd given me a chance when no one else would. One click and I might secure my son's future. One click and I'd destroy the only person who understood what it meant to sacrifice everything for someone you love. If you're wondering how a single dad like me ended up with this moral dilemma, stick around until the end. Trust me, what happens next changed my life forever. If this story resonates with you, please hit that like button and subscribe to see more real stories about ordinary people facing extraordinary choices. My name is Ethan Parker. 6 months ago, I was drowning in medical bills after my son Noah's leukemia diagnosis. My previous employer had let me go because I kept missing work for Noah's treatments. With a 7-year-old fighting for his life and no income, I was desperate. That's when Marcus Reynolds, the legendary CEO of Horizon Technologies, personally interviewed me. Despite my spotty recent work history, he hired me as the night security supervisor. The pay was good, the hours let me take Noah to daytime appointments, and the health insurance was exceptional. It felt like winning the lottery. Everyone deserves a second chance, Marcus had said, his eyes crinkling at the corners when he smiled. I believe in you, Ethan. For months, everything was perfect. Noah responded well to treatments. I excelled at my job. Then came that fateful night when I noticed something odd on the security monitors. The warehouse lights were on when they shouldn't be. I zoomed in and saw Marcus himself loading company equipment into his personal vehicle. Not just any equipment, specialized medical devices our R&D department had been developing. Expensive prototypes that weren't even market-ready. My heart sank. Was the man who saved us a common thief? Was Horizon Technologies in financial trouble? Was Marcus embezzling to save himself before the ship went down? I had responsibilities, to the company, to my position, to my son who needed this job's stability and insurance. But I also owed Marcus my loyalty. The conflict tore me apart. For 3 nights, I watched him repeat the pattern. Each night, I documented everything but told no one. On the 4th night, I made my decision. The warehouse was cold and quiet when I slipped inside. Marcus was there again, carefully loading a box into his trunk. Mr. Reynolds, I said, stepping from the shadows. He froze, then slowly turned. There was no anger or shame on his face, just resignation. Ethan. I suppose I should have been more careful. Yes, sir, you should have. My voice was steadier than I felt. I've been watching you for 4 nights now. He nodded, closing his trunk. And now you're here to what? Confront me? Report me? I took a deep breath. Actually, I came to say, let me join you. His eyebrows shot up. You don't even know what I'm doing. I know you're taking company property. I know it's those new medical prototypes. And I know you're not doing it for yourself. Marcus studied me for a long moment. How can you be so sure? Because I know what it looks like when someone's desperate to save someone they love. I see it in the mirror every day. Something in his expression cracked then, the polished CEO facade giving way to something raw and human. My daughter, he said quietly. Leukemia. Stage 4. The word hit me like a physical blow. Noah has leukemia too. Marcus leaned against his car. The treatment protocol these devices offer isn't FDA approved yet. It could be years. Amelia doesn't have years. Where are you taking them? There's a clinic. Underground. They're using experimental treatments that are working in other countries but aren't available here. I'm not stealing, I designed these devices. I'm just accelerating their deployment. I thought about Noah's thin face, his brave smile through the pain. The clinic, could they help Noah too? Marcus looked at me for a long moment. It's risky, Ethan. If we're caught. I've been watching security footage of the CEO stealing equipment for 4 nights and haven't reported it. I'm already involved. For the first time since I'd known him, Marcus Reynolds laughed, a genuine, surprised sound. Then I guess we're partners in crime. That night changed everything. Together, we established a system. Marcus provided the medical devices. I ensured security blind spots and documentation that showed everything was accounted for. The underground clinic received cutting-edge technology that helped not just Amelia and Noah, but dozens of other patients who had exhausted conventional options. 3 months later, Noah's cancer was in remission. Amelia improved dramatically. The prototype devices proved so effective that Marcus fast-tracked them through proper channels, making them officially available to patients worldwide much sooner than planned. We never spoke about those nights at work. But sometimes, when our families got together for dinner, our eyes would meet across the table, and I knew we both understood the impossible choice we'd made, and would make again. The board eventually discovered discrepancies in the inventory, but by then, the devices were already in production and saving lives. Marcus took full responsibility, claiming he had accelerated testing without proper protocols. He paid a fine and stepped down as CEO for 6 months. When he returned, the first thing he did was promote me to Director of Security and Ethics, a new position he created specifically to ensure that employees with ethical concerns had proper channels to address them without resorting to desperate measures. Sometimes doing the right thing means breaking the rules, he told me on my first day in the new position. But it shouldn't mean breaking yourself in the process. Today, Horizon Technologies has the most progressive compassionate use policy in the industry. Noah is 12 now, cancer-free for 4 years. He and Amelia, now best friends, volunteer at the Children's Hospital together. As for Marcus and me, we still meet late at night sometimes, not to bend rules anymore, but to ensure no one else ever feels they have to. We created a foundation that helps families navigate the complex medical system and find hope when the conventional paths run out. I never sent that security footage to the board. Instead, I found something far more valuable than job security or moral certainty. I found that sometimes, the line between right and wrong isn't as clear as we'd like to believe. Sometimes the most ethical choice is the one that saves a life, even when it breaks a rule. If you're facing an impossible choice right now, remember this: courage isn't always about following the rules. Sometimes it's about following your heart and accepting the consequences. Sometimes it's about whispering, "Let me join you," when you discover someone else fighting the same battle. If this story touched you, please like and subscribe for more real stories about the complicated choices we face and the unexpected heroes we meet along the way. Remember, the most meaningful connections often happen when we're brave enough to step from the shadows and reveal our true selves.